Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is January 11th, 2019, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, just two events coming out. First event coming out of United Kingdom at 11:30 South African time. Monthly GDP numbers coming out, and then second number is coming out at 3:30 South African time out of United States, and it's a monthly CPI numbers. Now, I don't think these two numbers are going to shake and break the markets too much, but you do want to be aware that they're coming out. Now, taking a review of what is going on in the markets, looking at the Forex symbols, Australian dollar continues to gain strength against the US dollar. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. And looking at the indices, Dow Jones continues its upward momentum and not really tallying back, okay? And the dollar getting weaker as a result of it. Now, looking at commodities, oil continues its surge upwards and gold is steady. Okay, not breaking out lower, but not breaking out higher either. Now, lastly, looking at the cryptos, Bitcoin is unchanged after that nosedive that we had yesterday and really just flat. Okay, but looking at the markets, let's see what we can expect from today's trading. So jumping into the Aussie USD, you can see that we hit this support level, this trend line earlier in the month. And since then, we've had this alley-oop kind of move on the way up, and we're hitting somewhat of a second resistance line at the 72.32-ish level. If we don't hit that, we may see a retracement here, but you can see that altogether this has stayed steady on its upwards momentum versus the USD. Now, this is happening across the board almost, okay? Looking at the Euro USD, we saw that yesterday, that upper surge, and then a brief sell-off to it. And guess what? When that sell-off came, we came right back down to that previous resistance level, and that's what we call subsequent support. And now we are at 1528. So I do imagine that we'll continue this upwards momentum as this is a bona fide breakout. Now, looking at the other currencies versus the dollar, you see that it got weaker versus the ZAR as well. At 1381, breaking that 14 earlier this week. And this can continue going down to 1345. Might not have that momentum, might not happen overnight, but it may still correct itself on the downside. So we've seen a couple of corrections in the dollar. Canadian dollar still stronger as it's making its surge upwards versus the USD. It's an inverse relationship with the USD, so the fact that it's going down means that it's getting stronger versus the USD, and this is predominantly because of the price of oil. Now, if we look at the price of oil, doesn't give up, okay? The next resistance level is 53.75-ish level, and we're just shy about that of about 50 points. So with all together, this may still see a correctional move on the downside. It would be really nice if we get a upside down head and shoulders. This would be one shoulder, this would be the head, and this would be the subsequent second shoulders. So that would be really nice to get that in order for it to be a bona fide upwards momentum bullish move, and we'll see maybe a correction will go into the $57-60 range. Okay, that may still wait. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, we haven't broken out with some okay, I'd like to see this above 24,000. Okay, 24,000, a round up number, is still a very important number for the Dow Jones to correct itself. We haven't been in this number since December 17th, December 13th-ish level. Okay, so this really is very important for us to break out later today. If we do not break out, okay, later today, then I do imagine next week we'll have a correction on the downside for the Dow Jones, okay? But just keeping an eye on that, make sure that, you know, you see it. If it does break out above 24,000, we could definitely see it go to 24,100-ish level, 24,200-ish level. That would be the next real resistance level. So we got to keep an eye on this to see if the correction and how the correction actually displaces itself. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, we're there at 3,600, okay? We've been there before, okay? Nothing really to you know, shock us, okay, with this massive nosedive between 3,900 to 3,600, but it may actually be a potential entry point at this area if we do get a correctional move on the upside. We had the support previously, so this may be actually a decent place to, you know, jump into it very small, and in the anticipation that it may correct itself from that flash flood that we had the other day. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.